Please get out of the way so I can beat your dad's ass.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Out of nowhere. That's...
I wouldn't. Dad just wanted to play with the car, and I ran into him as he was running, and he didn't have balance.
So, all right. Before we move on here, this is something that happened over the weekend. There's some context that needs to be provided. There's a UFC champion, Sean Strickland. Okay. This guy is someone you probably want to pay attention to. He is probably autistic or has Asperger's. He says whatever's on his mind. Mm-hmm. But he also is, would be considered an ally. He's certainly conservative. He's certainly genuine. And he also is a loose cannon and as profane as it gets. And he got into a fight with the number one contender in the crowd at the. He got into a fight while attending a fight.
Let you ingest it. So it started with Duplessis sort of being shown. Strickland fires the gun.
Now here's what I love.
Duplessis
Watch.
dodges it.
Guy talks, keeps going.
Right, so
he's still
I'm being
talking.
told that
He
Strickland
asked the kid to move. Watch.
Gilbert Burns' son to move.
Please get out of the way so I can beat your dad's ass.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Out of nowhere. That's...
I wouldn't say it's out of nowhere.
Well, he told him. You could see Drake is behind him. Well, it's just so ridiculous that the middleweight champion of the world would do that.
So a couple of things there. First off, of course, you shouldn't be brawling. Like, you're going to fight relatively soon. But I also enjoy the fact that the flyweights were there. Brandon Moreno was there, and the security guard basically, bing, just like there's a reason for hey, you're the best flyweight, which means you're like the toughest guy at an 8th grade slumber party. So that's still, but let's put it in context. His moves him. And I love that he tells the child to move. He says, hey, please get out of the way. It's polite. Please get out of the way. I'm about to commit a felony. But Sean Strickland, he's a loose cannon, and he made fun of this guy, implying that him and his coach were gay because they do all kinds of weird warm-ups, things like that, which I think is fair play between fighters. The flip side is the other guy, Mark Duplessis, commented on the fact that Sean Strickland has been very open that he had an alcoholic, abusive father. Now, Sean Strickland should expect this when he talks as much trash as he does, but I'm sure that strikes a nerve, and I do think that's a little bit of a different level from saying, hey, you and your coach playing touch butt in the park or whatever it is. So this is what led to their fight. This is what happened at the press conference the day before.
I don't got to worry about finishing. Your coach will finish you in the back like you're fucking used to. Don't worry about that.
You think your dad beat the shit out of you? Your dad doesn't have shit on me. I'm going to show you what it's like to beat you. Every childhood memory you have is going to come back when I'm in there with you. Every single one. The one where you lie in bed at night where your dad comes in and he beats the shit out of you.
I will take your fucking soul. You understand me, you fucking
Why does he laugh like Tucker Carlson?
It's a fake laugh.
He's scared out of his mind.
What if he laughed like Bill Burr?
Come on, dude.
Come on. Right? Your dad used to beat you, right? Not saying it's right.
What are you, Shank, son?
Probably messed you up for a while. Got to look around. Make sure you're okay. What do you think about that?
So the trash talk to me is kind of fine. I know what you would think, right? We talked about this a little bit before where you're talking about his dad and beating him. And yeah, I can see that that's a problem. But at the same time, he just said his gay coach was fondling him in the back.
Coach isn't actually gay.
I know. I'm just saying he's insinuating it, okay?
Yeah.
What is he, just finishing him for funsies?
Yeah.
I mean...
well, he's not. We're going to get to the Senate in a second.
Write that one down.
Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with trash talk. I get you are fighters. You are in the fight business. But look, can I just take a second? Then he also talked about Kobe Covington. And I know a lot of people out there are circulating Kobe Covington because he showed up in a George Washington outfit that he purchased at Party City. Look, I'm amazed that some conservatives have been. The man is a fraud, and this is the problem with trash talk, just for trash talk's sake. It's the problem with social media. It's why I'm considering getting off of all of it and just wiping the slate clean in the new year. Saying, you want to know what I have to say? Tune into the show. Everyone is trying to. So let me present Kobe Covington. He goes out, he hits a couple of buzzwords. He says, Donald Trump made America great, inflation was better, and our borders, and I fight for our troops, and the election was rigged. Literally, he misspeaks all the time because and so was this decision. Donald Trump, MAGA. And then by the way, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. He can't sell. The trash talk that actually sold was someone who was being genuine, like a Chael Sonnen.
Right.
Conor McGregor on the way up when he would say things that were true. You have Kobe Covington. He just said to a guy who seems like a really nice guy, oh, you're a pedophile. To me, that just seems like you're going to, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. We've created this culture where everyone is trying to appeal, and there are so many people out there who do this. Appeal to the algorithm. And the crazy thing about the algorithm these days, this is the society that we live in that keeps me up at night. It's not a real person. Used to be, you were on YouTube when people thought new media was great. Hey, there are no more gatekeepers. CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS. Used to be, hey, people subscribe to me on YouTube. They get to see what I create because they want to watch what I am creating. Hey, people are following my Facebook page. They want to see what it is that I create. That's why they're following me. Now it doesn't even matter. You subscribe? Doesn't matter. YouTube says, you want this? You hit like? Doesn't matter. Facebook says, you want this? And everyone is now trying to appeal to a 10-second clip of an artificial brain. It's not even a human being. It's not a human being. It's a machine telling you this works, this doesn't work, and people are scrolling through saying, do I have some kind of investment in this person? Do I want to see this comedian? Do I want to see this author? It's, am I entertained or pissed off for 10 seconds? I saw this weekend one of these clip channels because it's far more profitable to aggregate than it is to create anything. Which is why we have created Mug Club. And hey, if you want to support us, great. If you don't, we'll go away. It won't be around anymore. And enjoy the Instagram and TikTok views. I saw this the other day. There was a clip of Andrew Dice Clay saying delivering one of his nursery rhyme jokes.
Yeah.
Okay? Didn't attribute Andrew Dice Clay. Just the joke. And all of the comments were, oh, hey, this guy's funny. Who is this? Or people saying this is problematic and it offends me. It's Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
You're taking pride in not knowing anything. There's a problem with the disconnect. You may not like Andrew Dice Clay. You may think he's too profane. But it was his content that he was ultimately creating for people who wanted to consume that content. Say what you want about Hollywood, and it's all right. But those directors, those actors, those producers, they had to sell you a product that they created. We have now disconnected the people who are assimilating content, just assimilating, disseminating, aggregating content, who have no connection to the content whatsoever to feed this beast that isn't even a human being. What is dictating what you watch, what you consume, what your children see? It has nothing to do with what they select to watch or see. It is an entire industry of people who will coach you, who will charge you, who you can put on retainer to tell you how to appeal to a person who doesn't even exist. Now you combine that with the fact that, hey, big tech, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter up until recently, you think they have a vested interest in the actual kind of content you want to consume? Or you think they're going to abuse that power once it's all been consolidated? And I'm telling you, it's all being consolidated to influence, to determine what it is that you're able to view. We've seen the White House call for it. And so you have dumbasses, frauds like Kobe Covington, who don't sell pay-per-views, by the way, say, MAGA, Trump, great. And some people go, oh, yeah, okay, like. They don't know who he is. They don't care. They're not going to buy a pay-per-view. At a certain point, when the business is all aggregation and assimilation, there will be no content creation. So I don't want to be a part. I hate it. I hate it. I will stand for everything that I say on this show. I will stand accountable. Not for every single tweet taken out of context or some clip that's, you know what else you see? You know what else just really rubs me the wrong? You know, you've seen me do stand-up. You've seen I'm pretty much always the same person. It's a PG-13. That's why we warn you. You have these comics out there now who are rated R. You can go and see them. NC-17, XXX. They'll be humping a stool. And then I see them on their Instagram clips. And to make sure that they're not censored, they bleep out the word sex and spell it in the subtitles S-E-G-G-Z.
Seg.
Oh, there you go, Mr. Rebel. Well, I have to make a living. We don't. If I'm saying rape is wrong, guess what? You will not see this on Instagram with the word rape bleeped out. We used to fear the FCC and a few guys in sweater vests, which we thought was going to be some kind of nanny state censorship bullshit. And instead, we live in a society where comedians have to edit out the word sex regardless of content because you're not being censored by the FCC, but everybody, all of society, to appeal to this beast, to this artificial brain that doesn't exist, that determines what it is that you watch, what it is that you want. Does everything start looking the same? Do you notice everything starts sounding the same? That's why. I don't know if there's any coming back from that. I don't. Yeah. How is Thomas Sowell going to get ahead in today? How would an Andrew Dice Clay?
Oh, he would never.
How would a Louis C.K.? Never. Rush Limbaugh? Maybe not. Because someone said, well, you can't just do your show. You got to go out there. You got to do watch and reacts where you just watch and you don't react, as we see from all of these think tanks.
Yeah, can you imagine a young Rush?
Yeah.
2023 going into the media market.
I hate it. I hate it. And if it
Very
makes
silly
me
hats.
unhappy and I work in this industry, I guarantee you it's making you unhappy. And so that's the problem with it. The trash talk has to be based on something real, something real. Floyd Mayweather. Okay, you may not like the guy, but it was based on something. Oh, look, Money Mayweather. He's being cocky, so you hate him.
Yeah.
Not just, hey, George Washington, I don't know anything about the economy or politics. Let me throw out a buzzword so that hopefully it gets clipped and gets put up on Instagram. Great. You got 10-second views. You got 5 million. But your job, fighting, no one wants to tune in and see it. But your job as a comic, cool, you slapped down a heckler. Great. 10-second views. No one cares who you are. They don't even know who Andrew Dice Clay is.
Yeah.
Remember when the fat Jew was a controversy? Remember that guy? Because he was ripping off comics and putting it in meme form?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a controversy today. That's all it is. That's all it is. I just saw memes. I'm like, well, that's a Louis C.K. joke. I saw another. I'm like, oh, that's a Bill Burr joke. That's an old Greg Giraldo joke. And someone takes credit for it, and they make millions of dollars with these profiles without ever creating a thing. They have cancer of the funny bone and the creative bone. And these people dictate what it is that everybody consumes.
Not to mention, I'll be at the Funny Bone, but
You will. At least creating content.
Yes,
December 22nd, 23rd. You know what? Let me just really quick comment below if you want. I'm not saying I'm going to get off of social media, but we might just want to hit, boom, wipe the slate, delete everything that's existed, and direct people to where they can go in and see some shit in context. We have lost context in this society, and that's why that's why I don't want to go and do some show where I'm in a quadrant view for 4 minutes, but I'll sit down at a black barber shop with 8 people where I could have just a hailstorm of black fists and feet. If I say the wrong thing, I'm more comfortable doing that than having something clipped with a gotcha. No one's trying to have a conversation.
not to mention that content dilutes all of it.
Of course.
Whether it be comedy or whether it be a fight presser or whatever, that guy coming in acting like that, it totally dilutes all the real, good trash talking, not the other one, trash talking and good banter back and forth and a good drama, good story.
Right.
That's fun. That other crap is just diluting it.
I want to see guys who actually hate each other.
Well,
yes.
Or
seriously though.
Or how many times do you see a comedian who's a social media star? It's like, oh, look, they often set up, right? Plant a heckler, deal with it. Then people go and see the echo. Oh, there's no act.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That happens
What do you
a
guys
lot.
do? What are you doing? How long you been together? You married,
Wisconsin? That's gay.
Oh, cheese.
Wait, there's an audience for that?
Hey, can we get that clipped and put it on Instagram?
Yeah, can we get a clip to put on Instagram?
Coming right up, yeah.
Make sure we
Anyway, hit the comment thing there, Toolman. Yeah, you guys let us. We may just need to hit a clean slate. Gary, Russian Gary, don't have a heart attack. We'll still have something to do here.
Gary's out there sweating bullets. Like,
I just want to live and die by what I say that I believe here, not by something that someone clips out of context, and that's the industry. It is determined by hacks and people who know how to tweak and work social media and have never actually created anything or met a fan of their content. That's a fundamental shift in the landscape of how we consume media, and I think if you're going to put a finer point on what is wrong and why people are so uninformed and why people are so disconnected, I think it's that big fake computer brain called the algorithm that everyone just wants to feed, so they hope they get killed last.
watch Slider with Crowder live Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.